In the heart of Europe lies a remarkable country that offers a genuine medieval atmosphere unlike any other in the region. This country is the Czech Republic, also known as Czechia, which has a population of about 11 million. It is a landlocked nation, sharing borders with several European countries. To the west lies Germany, one of the most developed countries in Europe, while Slovakia and Austria are to the south. Poland borders it to the north. With a relatively small area of 78,000 square kilometers, the Czech Republic, particularly its capital, is easy to explore. The capital is the vibrant city of Prague, located in the northern interior of the country. Prague is the first stop for most people visiting the Czech Republic. Like many landlocked cities, it is beautifully situated along the Vltava River. This 430-kilometer-long river is unique because it flows from south to north, which is rare among rivers. The Czech people have created a stunning capital around this river, and a bird's-eye view of the city reveals a remarkable blend of historical and modern architecture. Life in Prague predominantly revolves around the eastern side of the river. The historic Old Town area, national museums, and the iconic dancing house are all conveniently located on the bustling eastern bank. In contrast, the western side is home to modern office buildings and residential areas where many locals live. Prague is divided into various zones, such as Prague 1, Prague 2, and Prague 5. You can easily travel from one end of the city to the other in just a few minutes by using the metro. No matter which metro line you take, you won't encounter overwhelming crowds that make travel uncomfortable. Trains arrive every 10 minutes, ensuring a comfortable and speedy journey across the city. Unlike in many European countries, the Czech metro system does not have ticketed turnstiles. However, you still need to purchase tickets from machines at the entrance. Transportation in Prague is quite affordable for a European city. The local currency is the Czech Koruna, and a metro ticket costs 20 korunas, which is slightly less than €1. For reference, 100 Czech Korunas is about €4. In Prague, one of the most commonly used and affordable transportation methods is the tram system. Trams are central to public transport in many European countries, and Prague is no exception. The city has extensive tram tracks on nearly every street, allowing people to travel comfortably and inexpensively across both sides of the river and for shorter distances within the city. The frequency of trams passing any given point is quite high, making them a reliable mode of transportation. Although the extensive tram network results in many visible overhead cables throughout the city, these are designed to be modern and aesthetically pleasing. Trams share the streets with cars and have the right-of-way. If you are driving in the Czech Republic, it's important not to obstruct tram routes and to always yield to them. While waiting at tram stops, people often spend their time reading books, which reflects the high level of education among the Czechs. The primary language spoken in the Czech Republic is Czech, which is closely related to Slovak. Czech is considered one of the more challenging languages to learn. Recent statistics on education highlight that the Czech Republic has one of the highest educational standards in the world. Around 90% of the population has completed secondary education, and 99% of the population is literate. This places the Czech Republic among the top countries globally in terms of education levels. The well-preserved architecture in Prague clearly indicates that the city was largely spared from significant damage during the World Wars. At every corner, you can encounter different architectural styles that showcase a rich history, complemented by modern-looking residents who add a contemporary flair to the city. Czechs typically have fair skin and light-colored eyes, reflecting their diverse ancestry, which includes Celtic, Germanic, and Southern Slavic origins. After the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Czechs and Slovaks united to form the nation of Czechoslovakia. In 1992, Slovakia sought independence, and the country split peacefully without conflict. Since January 1, 1993, The nation has been officially known as the Czech Republic. It joined NATO in 1999 and became a member of the European Union in 2004, marking its integration into the Western political and economic sphere. The Czech flag is notable for its beauty, featuring the colors red, white, and blue. Initially, the flag consisted of horizontal white and red stripes, similar to the Polish flag. Over time, a blue triangle was added to the left side, symbolizing the Slavs and Moravia. This design was later adopted by Czechoslovakia after Slovakia's independence. While the flag was not originally intended for further use, the Czech Republic has readopted it as their national flag. If you are planning to visit the Czech Republic, it's important to be cautious about certain aspects. For example, exchanging euros for Czech Koruna at the airport can be a significant mistake that many travelers make. The exchange rates offered at airport currency exchange offices are often much lower than they should be, resulting in substantial financial loss. This issue extends beyond just the airport. Many currency exchange offices in Prague offer poor rates, even though they prominently advertise no commission fees. For example, while 100 euros should equate to approximately 2,500 Czech Korunas, these offices might only provide you with 2,000 or 2,200 Czech Korunas. This discrepancy means you could lose around 12 to 15 euros due to the unfavorable exchange rates they offer. Similarly, using ATMs from companies like Euronet can lead to poor exchange rates, with hidden fees and commissions potentially costing you up to 20% of your money. As a result, the Czech Republic's decision to retain its own currency instead of adopting the euro can result in visitors losing money through unfavorable exchange rates at both ATMs and currency exchange offices. Alongside currency exchange concerns, it's also important to note that the weather in European countries, including the Czech Republic, can be quite unpredictable, even during the summer months. Despite being in the warmest period of the Northern Hemisphere, specifically June, July, and August, the weather can still be unexpectedly rainy or cold. You might notice that locals wear long-sleeved clothing and light jackets even in summer due to the sudden cool and rainy conditions. This unpredictability is one reason why many Europeans often choose to travel to warmer, more consistent climates in countries like Greece and Turkey for their summer vacations, where they can enjoy reliably sunny weather and higher temperatures. These destinations provide the consistent warmth and sunshine that may be lacking in their home countries during the summer months. As of now, the minimum monthly income for someone working a full 40-hour week is about 19,000 Czech Korunas, which is roughly equivalent to 750 euros. However, local research indicates that average gross monthly salaries in the Czech Republic can reach up to 40,000 Czech Korunas, approximately 1,600 euros. It's important to consider that income taxes in the Czech Republic range from 15% to 23%. Consequently, even professionals with specialized skills may only take home between 2,000 to 3,000 euros per month after taxes. While these figures may appear attractive when converted to other currencies, the cost of living in the Czech Republic means that these earnings do not necessarily lead to a luxurious lifestyle. For example, current rental prices for apartments in Prague indicate that if you share a flat with multiple people, your monthly rent might be around 8,000 Czech Korunas, which is relatively affordable. However, renting a one- or two-bedroom apartment of at least 40 square meters can cost approximately 25,000 Czech Korunas per month, close to 1,000 euros. This illustrates that although Prague is more affordable compared to many other major European cities, the cost of renting a small apartment can consume a significant portion of your salary, making it clear that living in Prague is not particularly cheap and can be financially challenging for many residents. Although the people in the Czech Republic may appear positive and happy based on their facial expressions and physical appearance, Many of them are dealing with economic concerns. However, when you make eye contact with someone, even if you don't know them, they are quick to greet you, pose for a photo, and share a smile. A striking detail is that many people under the age of 25 have tattoos, indicating that Czech youth often embrace unconventional appearances. As you walk down the street, the likelihood of seeing a tattoo on 1 out of every 3 people is quite high. This may reflect a sense of freedom among the population. After all, the Czech Republic is a country where personal choices are largely respected. People can gamble, smoke marijuana, or modify their bodies as they wish. It's not uncommon to see individuals dressed in such unusual ways that they turn heads. Another significant aspect of the Czech Republic is that it is one of the most atheistic countries in both the world and Europe. Research indicates that 91% of young people aged 16 to 29 identify as atheists, a rate that surpasses those in countries like Estonia and Sweden. Additionally, about 40% of the total population does not believe in any deity. The remaining percentage includes 30% who choose not to disclose their religious beliefs or engage in discussions about religion. Among those who are religious, the majority identify as Christians or Catholics. Many believe that the high rate of atheism and the lack of religious belief among Czechs can be traced back to the communist regime. Following the Soviet occupation of Czechoslovakia, leaders in other communist-dominated countries, such as Albania, also imposed bans on religious beliefs and practices. During this time, people in the Czech Republic grew increasingly distant from religion. Over the years, this detachment became ingrained in society, leading many Czechs to adopt a lifestyle that is largely separate from religious influences. This attitude has persisted through generations, resulting in a country where religion does not hold a dominant position. As a consequence, it is much more challenging to influence a Czech person through religious values than to catch a fly with your mouth. Interestingly, the Czech Republic is one of the largest producers of adult films in Europe, alongside Hungary. With a population of just 10.5 million, representing less than 1% of the world's population, the country produces approximately 13% of the global adult film industry, according to a study conducted in 2019. In fact, the Czech Republic, together with Hungary, is at the forefront of adult content production in Europe. While walking around the capital city of Prague, you might unknowingly come across someone who is a well-known star in the adult film industry. If you spend enough time there, you may find that someone in your social circle is involved in this industry as an actor, producer, or cameraman. The question of how and why the Czech Republic has chosen to excel in the adult film industry, despite its small population, is fascinating. While the country offers a relatively high quality of life, many Czech women are willing to enter this industry and continue their lives in this manner. Moreover, Czech stars are not only prominent within Europe, but are also gaining recognition in other active regions, such as the United States. When discussing this topic with locals, many attribute the phenomenon primarily to the pursuit of quick and easy money. Czech women enter the adult film industry by their own choice, without any coercion, seeking financial gain. However, these discussions are rarely held in public, and many tourists visiting the country remain unaware that the Czech Republic is one of the top global producers in this sector. Aside from this lesser-known aspect, there are other, more typical details about the country. For instance, Czech people are not particularly interested in football or basketball. Generally, if a country does not have a strong passion for football, it tends to excel in basketball, as seen in countries like Serbia and Lithuania. Similarly, in the US, basketball enjoys wide popularity while football is less favored. However, this trend does not apply to the Czech Republic, which is a staunch supporter of ice hockey. The Czech men's national ice hockey team is considered one of the strongest teams in the world, and many successful players in international ice hockey leagues, such as Jaromír Jágr, hail from the Czech Republic. The Czech Ice Hockey League, running from September to April, features 14 professional teams and captures the entire nation's attention. The Czech Republic is not only famous for its adult film stars and ice hockey, it has also made significant contributions to science. For instance, vision impairment is common, affecting 1 in 5 people. A Czech chemist invented contact lenses, providing an alternative for many who prefer not to wear glasses. Additionally, Johann Gregor Mendel, a key figure in the laws of genetic inheritance, was born and raised in this region and made substantial contributions to genetics. You may also be familiar with Franz Kafka, who was actually Bohemian, meaning he was Czech. Literature enthusiasts and avid readers are likely acquainted with his quotes and philosophies. Kafka produced works that explored social issues, societal ostracization, and ethnic identity. Furthermore, the word robot was first used in the Czech Republic, entering the global vocabulary. A Czech writer introduced the term robot in a play to describe a soulless being that could perform tasks humans preferred to avoid, thus bringing it to the world's attention. If you visit the Czech Republic, specifically Prague, you should check out the world's narrowest street, located in this charming country. The street is so incredibly narrow that traffic lights are installed at its entrance to manage pedestrian flow. It can be found in Malá Strana, Prague's oldest and most picturesque district. This unique street is about 10 meters long and less than 1 meter wide, measuring just 48 centimeters at its narrowest point. To navigate this exceptionally tight space, you must follow the traffic lights, as there is only room for one person at a time. The street essentially serves as a narrow staircase leading to a cozy restaurant, making it impossible for 2 people to walk side by side within it. This quirky and fascinating street adds to the unique charm and character of Prague, making it a must-see for visitors. Another significant point of interest is the fact that Prague is home to the largest Jewish quarter in Europe. Located in the very heart of the city, this historic district is rich in intriguing legends and stories. It is said that during World War II, Adolf Hitler intended to create a museum for an extinct race, which is why he never harmed the Jewish quarter in Prague, placing it under his protection. Many believe this legend, as the Nazis never entered or bombed this area or any part of Prague during the war. As a result, the city exudes a preserved historical atmosphere that transports visitors back in time. One important aspect of Czech culture and culinary preferences is the nation's enthusiasm for mushrooms. It might seem surprising, but families in the Czech Republic collectively gather about 8 kilograms of mushrooms from nature each year. When you see people foraging in the country's national parks, forests, and green spaces, they are likely searching for mushrooms. In the Czech Republic, mushrooms are known as the poor man's meat, and those who cannot afford meat often venture into the mountains and forests to incorporate mushrooms into almost every meal, especially in soups and stews. The country is considered one of the safest in Europe. Various sources rank it among the top 10 safest destinations on the continent. In Prague, police presence is minimal. Officers rarely intervene except in cases involving intoxicated individuals. There are even patrol cars that may not have any officers inside. Moreover, the Czech Republic is not only famous for its stunning architecture, the condition of the roads, their modern appearance, and the low levels of litter greatly enhance the experience of visiting this country. It is rare to encounter a large pile of garbage, no matter how many side streets you explore. As a major tourist attraction, Prague ensures that every street, park, and area around its numerous museums is meticulously maintained. Municipal workers are responsible for cleaning the streets, and shop owners begin their day by tidying up their storefronts early in the morning. Such clean streets in a beautiful city truly deserve to be complemented by luxurious and modern cars. One of the most recognized automobile brands from the Czech Republic is Skoda, which stands out as a symbol of Czech pride, much more so than Avast Antivirus, another Czech company that is relatively less well known. Although Skoda operates under the German Volkswagen Group, it retains its identity as a distinctly Czech brand. Consequently, Skoda is undoubtedly the most common car seen on the streets of Prague. One of the standout models from Skoda is the SUV called the Kodiaq, which is frequently spotted in Prague. Regardless of the brand, most residents tend to own high-end vehicles. In fact, nearly all the cars seen on the roads are newer than 2020, with a significant number being Skoda or other German brands. Among the notable modern designs in the Czech Republic is the Dancing House. This iconic building holds a significance for the Czech Republic similar to that of the Eiffel Tower for France. Built between 1994 and 1996, the Dancing House consists of two main structures. One is a glass tower supported by inclined columns, while the other features a wavy design that runs parallel to the river. This unique architectural style creates the illusion of movement, as if the building is dancing. Inside, visitors can enjoy cafes and restaurants. Other significant places to visit in Prague include the Old Town Square, Prague Castle, Charles Bridge, and the astronomical clock located in the Old Town area. The astronomical clock puts on a captivating show for passers-by every hour. According to legend, the craftsman who created the clock gained notoriety for his remarkable work. When other kings sought the clock for themselves, the Czech king had the craftsman blinded to prevent him from making another. In despair, the craftsman committed suicide by throwing himself from the top of the clock, but not before sabotaging it. Supposedly, the clock could not be repaired for 50 years. To commemorate this story, a bell rings and a ceremony takes place at the heart of Prague every hour. In addition, those who may be bored in the central square seem to find their own ways to entertain themselves, with confident and fun-loving individuals enjoying various activities. Another important symbol of Prague is the Charles Bridge, which features numerous statues. This bridge connects the Old Town with Prague Castle and was the only crossing point over the Vltava River until 1741. All other bridges you see in Prague were built after the Charles Bridge. As the original statues began to deteriorate, they were moved to the National Museum, and replicas were placed on the bridge. Likewise, the intricate carvings on the astronomical clock have been continuously replaced with replicas over the years due to wear and tear from the elements. It's important to note that not every historical symbol you see in Prague is an original. Many have been replaced with carefully crafted replicas to help preserve the city's rich history. The largest tourist demographic, apart from Czechs, includes a significant number of Asian and Arab tourists. In major tourist areas, you can easily spot groups of Arab, Korean, or Japanese visitors exploring the city's attractions. Many individuals who come to work in Prague hail from countries like the Philippines, India, and Bangladesh, adding to the city's diverse and vibrant workforce. Another must-visit location in Prague is the Lenin Wall, widely regarded as the most famous wall in the city. John Lennon, the legendary member of the Beatles, was shot and killed in 1980. Since then, the wall has been adorned with graffiti and poems in his memory, expressing love for him. Visitors often take photos in front of this iconic wall. The Czech Republic is one of the top 5 countries in Europe for beer consumption. In fact, if there's something cheaper than water in the Czech Republic, it's probably beer. Almost every cafe and restaurant offers a variety of beers, with prices varying based on the alcohol content and the size of the glass. You can often find a Czech beer for as little as €1 at a roadside cafe. In conclusion, the Czech Republic, particularly Prague, is one of the best destinations to visit. For those looking to experience a medieval European atmosphere in the 21st century, the country provides a safe and comfortable environment for everyone. The people are friendly, open to conversation, and well-groomed. No matter your reason for visiting, you'll find options that suit your needs and budget. This brings us to the end of the video. Goodbye.